a very special greeting to you from Shalom, our farm. I'm in the field. It's a beautiful summer's day. If you look around, there's just wild flowers everywhere. The cattle are fat, the sun is shining, and we are praising the Lord. I've got a special message for somebody here who is actually becoming weary and tired and maybe even given up praying because you say, God is not answering your prayers. If we go straight to the Gospel of Luke, chapter 18 and verse 1. And then he spoke a parable to them. That's a story. That men always ought to pray and not to lose heart. Don't give up. Keep praying. You say, but my prayers don't get answered. Oh yes, they will. Not necessarily in the way that you think and not necessarily in the time frame you expect, but they will. God is faithful. He won't let you down. You know, I read a story about that Oriental conqueror by the name of Tamerlane. He was hiding from his enemies one day in a broken down, dilapidated building. And he was sitting in the corner and he watched an ant. An ant was carrying a kernel, maybe a little bit of wheat or oats, and he was carrying this kernel up the wall. And then when he got halfway up the wall, he dropped it. And he went down again and he carried it up again. And this great conqueror from the Orient was sitting in the corner watching this. He said that that ant carried that piece of kernel up the wall no less than 69 times. How is that for perseverance? 69 times. But you know something? On the 70th time, he got to the top of the wall with his kernel. And with that, that great conqueror came out of that dilapidated building that he was hiding in and called his troops, and he went to war. We've got to persevere. That's what he learned. He told his men, like, if the ant can do it, we can do it. I don't know if you've ever heard of a great pianist by the name of Arthur Rubinstein, one of the greatest classical pianists of all time. He said, if I miss my practice one day, I notice it. If I miss my practice 2 days in a row, my friends notice it. If I miss my practice 3 days in a row, the public notices it. We've got to persevere, folks. We can't just pray once and then say, oh, I'm giving up now. No, we've got to persevere. Robert the Bruce, the King of Scotland, was fighting the English. And he was taking a terrible hiding. And he was hiding in a cave. And he sat there in the cave and he watched a spider trying to get from one side of the cave to the other. And the spider was swinging with a part of his web. Back, missed it. Back, missed it. Back 9 times. On the 9th time, the spider got to the other side. The King of Scotland realized, persevere. He went out, he mustered his troops, and he defeated the English. Dr. David Livingstone said, he never stops until he reaches his goal and achieves his purpose. Do not give up, because you might be on the brink of the greatest victory of your life. Jesus bless you and goodbye.